Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk all about the financial mistakes I made or I seen people make while we were in college. This is just my tips. I'm sure there are plenty more tips, but this is just a quick rundown of the financial mistakes that I made when I was in school. I'm not gonna talk about like other things outside of financial mistakes. That is for another day, but today we're going to talk about the financial mistakes that I made or I saw people make in college that I wish somebody would have warned me about before I get started. So if you would like to hear my tips, please keep on watching. Now, one of the mistakes that I made when I was in school was to buy clothes and shoes I did not need or designer items that I could have did without. Okay, everyone that knows me knows I like nice stuff. I like red bottom, Gucci, Louis, whatever. I like all of it. I like Fashion Nova too, but I'd rather have me a nice bag or a pair of shoes or something like that that I don't necessarily have to have, but I want them. So if I got any extra money while I was in school, it was spent on stuff that I probably could have saved my money on just to have a lot of money saved up when I got out of college, but I didn't do that. And I wasn't the worst, but I did work full-time my entire time that I was in school, and I graduated magna cum laude. So I always tell people, just because you don't work when you're in school, it doesn't mean you're gonna have better grades, okay? So I definitely did not rely on my family to pay for everything. I paid my own rent, paid my own car payment, paid my own insurance, paid everything, and I always rewarded myself with buying myself nice things. So that was always my excuse. Well, I work hard, so I deserve this. But looking back, it is money that I could have saved, and I could have came out of school looking my checking account looking great had I not bought unnecessary stuff that I did not need. The second mistake, it was something that I did the first time that I went to college, because I graduated high school. I went straight to college that summer after I graduated, and then I went the fall, and then I think the spring, and then I got out of school. I started working full-time, and then after I started working full-time, I was like, oh, I wish I could like get something. I don't want to just like not have anything like as far as degree wise. So I got my real estate license. I got my real estate license and I did that, and I really liked real estate. I still love real estate. I don't necessarily want to be a real estate agent anymore. I'm getting more onto the investing side, which is something that we will explore on my channel. Y'all will go with me when I do my first flip and all that. But anyways, so mom was like, well, you need to go back to school if that's what you really want, because I would see people graduating and I'd be like, I should do that, because I was really smart in high school, and you know, when I first started college, I was always like real smart. School was something that came easy to me, so I was like, I really need to go back. I was like, I want to pledge, I want to do this, I want to do that, so I'm gonna go back. Anyway, when I first was in school, I used to take out more. This is my second tip. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent, but the second tip was to take out more student loan money than I needed. First time I did that, when I went back to Auburn, I did not, but I just took out what I needed, if I needed anything. But I really wish that I wouldn't have got myself into more debt than I needed to. So don't worry if you did. I know plenty of ways to still have great credit and to buy a home with a bunch of student loan debt, hence my video that I will be doing. Get a mortgage if you have over $100,000 in student loan debt, but that's not for today. But I definitely wish I would not have done that. My third tip, excuse me, is to not eat out every day. In college, you just eat out every day. Like, it just is what it is. But I wish I would have cooked more and saved more money, because I probably wouldn't have gained weight, and I would not have been penny pinching sometimes during those 4 years. Well, like 3.5 or whatever. My other tip is to not buy expensive electronics. So when I was in college, I had an HP, but everybody that went to Auburn, I feel like, had a MacBook. Like a very small amount of people did not have one. Everyone had a MacBook, and I wanted one. I was like, I'm gonna go out and buy one. but when I looked at the prices, I was like, I'm not gonna go out and buy one. They're very expensive computers. Usually if you can, someone's gifted you one, or if your family just has the money to buy that computer, like, you know, that's fine. But don't go out and put yourself in debt for like expensive electronics or the newest iPhone or AirPods or something like that if you do not need them, okay? Because it's just not worth it. It's money that you can save. Yes, now I have a MacBook, but I'm grown and I bought this with my real big girl job that I got after I got out of college. So now I can afford it. But before then, I'm not gonna pay $3,000 for a computer. But I can now, but that's neither here or there. My next tip is that this is not something that I did, but it's something that I know other people do, and it's pick a really expensive school to go to because your friends are going there. If you cannot afford to go to the school right off bat that you want to go to, I always tell people, I did it. I went to community college and completely free. I got all my basics out the way that would have weeded me out of Auburn because their basic classes are really hard. And I transferred in, and when you transfer, I think your GPA has to be, it doesn't matter about your ACT, your GPA has to be like a 2.5 maybe or something like that. That does depend on different factors, but we're not gonna get into that right now. But your GPA does not have to be very high, or if you don't get into the school you want to, go to a community college. It's so much cheaper. You cut the price in half because you get 2 years done. I got like 2 years worth of work done in a year because I went like the entire time through. I started in January, and because I started in January, I had more money for the summer, for them to pay for the summer, and then, you know, school starts over in the fall, so run straight through. Do not pick an expensive school and get yourself in debt if you do not have to, just to keep up with your friends. You can go to a community college around the area that they're in and then transfer if you can't get into the school. That's another way to save money. Time management and utilize my schedule. So I don't know about every school, but at Auburn, if you take 15 hours, it's the same price as if you take 17 or 21. It does not change when you're in state. So I would tell people, I did not know that until I tried to take more classes at a time, and I was like, I could have been taking like 17 hours or whatever if I had known that I was still paying the same price. So utilize your schedule. If you can take a big workload, that will save you like a lot of money if you take one extra class each semester, because it's like you're taking it for free. My next tip is to do not pick an too expensive of apartment. Okay, when I was at Auburn, yes, I always stayed in a really nice place, but I had to be close to campus. And all the apartments that are close to campus are expensive, but I had to stay close because I would have to be at work like 30 minutes after I got out of class, so I'd have to walk from campus to my apartment, change clothes, and then get to work. So I needed to be, there was no way I could be far away from campus because taking the Tiger Transit was gonna take too long, and you're not parking on campus. If you go to like a SEC school, there's no parking, okay? If you're gonna pay a crazy amount of money, and parking sometimes is further than your house is from campus. So it was always a joke as far as parking. And nobody's gonna get towed and booted and get a ticket because that happens so often. But pick an apartment that is reasonable, get you roommates, or like get your parents to buy a house. When my kids go to school, or my niece, I don't have children, but whatever, when they go to school and my niece them go to school, I am buying a house and they're gonna rent out the other rooms and they're gonna stay there for free. That is the way to go. Had I known what I know now, I definitely would have done that, but I did not. But I'm telling y'all, if your parent can buy a home, rent out the other 2 rooms or 3 rooms or however big the house is, and allow yourself to house hack, live there for free. That's the way to go. If you don't listen to anything else I say, listen to that. If your parent cannot qualify for a place to stay, we'll talk about that on another video or something, but definitely that is the way to go, and a lot of people do that, okay? I learned that at Auburn. We don't do that, but they do that, okay? Which is very smart. my next tip is to have some type of job, have some type of do something with your time. A lot of people, when they're in school, they have too much free time. When they're not studying, they're doing destructive things, drinking all the time, on drugs, partying, all that kind of stuff. No, have you something to do, even if it's just volunteering or anything like that. Just definitely have you something to do. I had a job the entire time I was in school. It did not hinder my studying. It just made me more focused, more driven, more determined. I knew I was going to get that degree and nothing was gonna stand in my way, and I was not finna keep making excuses, because that was always my excuse to not go back to school, that I could not go to school and work and maintain the GPA that I'm used to maintaining. The biggest lie I ever told myself. I definitely did it. No, I don't have any children, so it was different. Like, if you do have kids, I understand that it is a little bit more harder, but I definitely know a lot of people who have children, work, and still get their degree. Okay, so definitely have you something to do. My next tip is one that y'all probably hear me say a lot on the other videos, and it was to never use my debit card. Okay, use a credit card, and each month set up auto payment for the statement balance. Do not use it. Let your money accumulate in your checking account. Use your credit card for all your everyday expenses, and then allow your auto payment to pay your account every month. My credit score does this, not this, it does this steady. And I am also you are winning if you can get your credit score up and be great when you get out of school. You don't understand how much you have saved yourself heartache and headache from trying to build your credit later on in life. Do that step that I said. Make your payments, pay your credit card off each month. Do not use a debit card. So also that is my last tip. So there are plenty more tips that I can give you, but those are the main tips that would have helped me the first time I went to school, but I'm giving them to you now. If anyone else has any more tips, please comment below, and I will give y'all what I did in order to be able to quit my job and pledge and not work while I was in process, online, whatever, MIP. I will definitely give y'all the tips and tricks on how to navigate through that without your GPA failing, without you going broke and being able to quit your job, because you will not be able to work while you're doing it. So that will be my next video. I will tell y'all the whole gist, how I became an AKA, how I quit my job and all that for 2 semesters basically, and what I would have done if I can go back, and what I learned from that, and all that type of stuff. That will be the next thing that I talk about in this college series that will end this. But thank y'all so much for watching me. I appreciate all the love and support that I get when my friends text me and tell me my video helped them. It keeps me going. I love y'all. Have a great day. Bye.